set it and forget it. Superstarter. Discharge current is 700 amps. So cranking voltage was 11.66 volts. Discharge ratio 76%. Discharge current was 350 amps. Here from BC Extreme Outdoorsman. On today's episode, I am going to go over the new Ancel engine superstarter. This is the BS200 model. What this is a supercapacitor, not a battery. So what this does is it assists your battery in giving you a boost to start. It's not going to replace your battery, but it's going to help prolong your battery. Now, your battery could be susceptible to cold weather or age and may not be as strong. This will give you up to 700 amps of current to help start your vehicle. So I'm going to show you this here. The working voltage range is 5 to 20 volts. Maximum output is 15 volts. Discharge current is 700 amps. That's basically cold cranking amps. Working temperature is minus 40 degrees Celsius to 80 degrees Celsius or minus 40 Fahrenheit to 176 Fahrenheit. Service life of this is 100,000 charge and discharge cycles. It's for 12 volt vehicles. Charging time for this was 30 to 50 minutes with the Type C, and I did it in like 40 minutes with the Type C. And with your vehicle, it's going to take about 3 to 22 minutes. It does have Bluetooth and has a really cool app that I'll show you guys. And average power consumption is 3 milliamps. So it'll use 3 milliamps to charge this thing when your vehicle is running. And when your vehicle is not running or moving, this thing here goes into a sleep mode and it won't use anything. And it is IP65 waterproof rating. Yeah, it's a cool little device. So this will help aid you in not having a dead battery, or if your battery is dead, as long as you got 5 volts in the battery itself, it will give you the boost to start the vehicle. So you could even, this is basically a install it and forget it type item. You install it in your vehicle. It comes with 2 zip ties to install it with. You just zip tie it somewhere under your hood. And if you're gonna help somebody out, you can use these 2 clips to help get somebody's vehicle going. Once it's running, the alternator should take over as long as there's enough voltage in the battery. If the battery is completely dead, like 0, you'd still need a battery to run your vehicle, not just this. But anyways, let's go put this in the tracker and we'll show you the app, and we'll see how good it works. Okay, I have the Superstarter attached to my battery just temporarily, and then you go and download the Superstarter app, and there you go. So it's showing right now the voltage of my tracker battery is 12.5, so it is low without a doubt. So right now the voltage on the Superstarter is 13.94 volts at 87%. So it already dropped like 13% just me hooking it up. But let's go ahead and start the tracker, and then we'll show you how she looks. So keep an eye on things here. That's the first time this thing has squeaked in a long time. So there you go. So cranking voltage was 11.66 volts. Discharge ratio 76%. Discharge current was 350 amps. So now the voltage the tracker's putting out is 14.39. You can see that the supercharger is charging. It says it's still detecting my battery, car battery, but so I can go to starter here. I'm at 91%, 4.2, temperature's 27 degrees Celsius. That's because I'm inside the truck and it's warm in here. So last discharge current, it'll save all this stuff here too. So with the app as well, if you want to do a force start, if your battery's too dead to actually turn it, you can hit force start here, and you got 10 seconds to start it, and it'll discharge all that it needs to turn your vehicle over and start it. Now, also, you need a vehicle that is under a 3-liter for this to work properly. So I believe this is a 1.6 or 1.8. My Tacoma is a 2.4. So there we go. Look at this thing's already charged up to 100%. And my tracker's giving out 14.9 volts. So here is a little chart. Doesn't show, oh, oops. There's the chart there. You can see here where it ramped up, where my voltage was low. It's gonna take a little bit to get used to this. Devices. So in here it's saying it's a JS200, but it's a BS200, I believe. And you can add new devices. Settings here. You got the starter, daily power notifications if you want notifications, abnormal cranking notifications. It'll send you that. Poor power alarm options. So if you go below 60% or 80%, it'll send you a message. You can adjust that. And temperature units, Celsius, export data. You can send the data to and save it. It's got firm updates and stuff like that. And it tells you about it. So we can just go back to the battery, and there we go. I still don't know why it's detecting. The device is learning the battery cache and performing a power test, which will take, oh, it takes several hours. Okay, so that's going to take a little while. But yeah, for now, look, I'm at 100%, and let's shut the vehicle off. Now it should tell me what the voltage goes down to. You can see it dropping pretty fast. Let's try starting it again. See if it discharging, and it did discharge. Not much though. So successful start. So it keeps track of all the times you started it. 12.8 volts. There's a little chart down below. Here's a better look at the chart. As you can see in blue there, that's the battery voltage, and the orange is the starter current. You can see when I turn the key to start it, how much the voltage dropped and how that capacitor spiked the voltage so that it would meet in the middle and start the vehicle more efficiently. Yeah, so I mean, this thing will also tell you how your charging system's doing in your vehicle. I'm gonna permanently mount this probably in the tracker for now. I'm gonna do it right now, and then I'll show you guys how it looks. And but I'm probably, come hunting season, this is gonna go in the boat. So you can see that the blue light is for Bluetooth, green light is for full charge or charging, and then if it's draining or low, that light will come on. And if I want to do a manual discharge, I press and hold that button, and then I got 10 seconds to go and start the vehicle. Yeah, so let's mount this thing. Okay everyone, as you can see, Superstarter is installed. I just zip tied it with the included zip tie to a wiring harness, and positive to, or negative to negative, positive to positive, and there we go. So if you got a battery that's not very strong, or you got a vehicle that you don't drive very often, this would be a good alternative to a battery minder, etc. And it'll help you start your vehicle when the battery gets low. But mind you, if you are leaving it for a long time, you don't want to depend on this. A battery minder would be the way to go, because you could sulfate your battery otherwise. And this here will also work with all different kinds of batteries. When you go here, devices, no, starter history, you can see where the two starts are. Tells you the time and everything. Yeah, when I first started, it was 11.66. Second time was 12.88. So yeah, this is a low battery, so this here is probably going to get me by for another, I don't know, maybe a year or two. We'll see. But yeah, so if you're looking for a good capacitor style super starter, this Ancel here will do it. It's a BS200. So yeah, links in the description down below. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please like, subscribe, hit the notifications button so you don't miss any future content. And take care, everyone. More jet boating action coming your way. Okay, so I've been using this engine superstarter by Ancel, the BS200 now for about a week. And I could say I'm actually pretty impressed with it. Here's what it looks like on the screen right now. It's showing my batteries at what, 85%, and the super battery is at or sorry, the superstarter, it's not a battery, it's a capacitor, is at 100%. I just drove the thing a little while ago, but it works so cool. I'm gonna start the vehicle here and show you what it does. I definitely have a weak battery. Right now it's showing my battery's at 85%, but when I got out in it this morning, it was like 60 something, and it was in the red. But with that superstarter, the little tracker here fired right up. The battery I have in here is at least 5 years old, so it is old, but I think this superstarter is going to give me a few more years of use out of this thing. So, okay, so let's start the tracker now. So you can see 85%. The super starter is at 100. So let's fire up here. So you can see the superstarter is discharging. So the current discharge was 468 amps, discharge ratio was 82%, and the cranking volts was 12.4. So you can see the superstarter is down by 10%. I just ran this thing, but this morning it was down, I think, to like 60% starting it, and I haven't ran the tracker for a couple days. So yeah, so far I'm pretty happy with this thing. So like I said, if you got a weak battery, this engine superstarter by Ancel will definitely boost and help your battery last longer in cold weather, frequent stops and starts, etc. So yeah, I'm happy with this. After a week of use, give it the thumbs up. Thanks everybody, take care, be safe, and stay tuned for more content.